Hey friends, it's Stephanie from Behind the Designs, and I am going to be getting my adorable little B6 Slim set up today. I got my book, and then I'm going to kind of tell you like some of the changes, slight changes I'm going to be making to it. So that's what I'm doing today. All right, so you know that I moved to, or I didn't move, I incorporated or added to my planning a B6 Slim. And for no reason other than I had originally, I've shown these before, this one here, which I had 4 seasons in, so one for each season. So I kind of just broke them out into different covers because I have my spring and then which this is, let me go through them quickly. This was a Chic Sparrow and Planner Perfect collaboration many, many years ago. So it is not unfortunately available. But it is not in stock just yet, but there is a daisy. I've shown you my daisy laser engraved. I bought the marigold, but there is an Adele out there as well. So you can get that, but you wouldn't be able to get this one. And then this here is B6 Slim Molly, which is out on the Planner Perfect website. And then, of course, I have for fall my B6 Slim Zuri, which is the 2.0 because it has a snap. So here's my book. We're going to talk about that. And the reason I'm bringing this into the mix is because I did receive one of my orders and I finally have a winter B6 Slim picked out. So remember I was cutting them out into the seasons. So again, spring, summer, fall, and now I have winter, which is this adorable B6 Slim Madeline. So she is gold. She's gorgeous. You know, everything in my office is kind of that Kate Spade feel. So it's got that like gold tone to it. Interestingly enough, I did go through in the past few days. I've kind of, I wouldn't say, I guess you can say I redecorated a bit for fall, and I'm kind of feeling it. So, but gold is still my primary. I love the gold. So, she will become my winter book. And I already had, as you know, this blank book, which as you can see, I haven't even used. And it used to be in here. So I have 3 more books I can still add. And there's a couple on my list. This is the Everyday Organized. So of course I got my pockets. I got a pen loop. And so now I am all squared away for winter as soon as I get some more books to stuff this little girl up. So we now have that I can add to the collection. So that's kind of why I was bringing in the B6 Slim. So as you know, in here, again, I already have 4 journals in here. And that's because one of them was the journal that I was doing my kind of nature journaling, sometimes personal journaling in. But I also had these 2 fall books, and I haven't touched them yet because then I got this idea to use it, you know, with a calendar in it. So now I have a 5th book, I guess you could say. So that means one of these other books have to go because this is my annual calendar. So this was something I got off Buy Sell Trade, but you can get them in the store. I mean, this is an older book. I just wanted to test it. And I think it's going to work. I mean, it's still kind of in the works. Let's see where we were in the back half of the book here. So we had, I think I started it in August. You know, some notes were made. I've got September decorated. I've got all this fun stuff. So it's almost like a notebook / annual calendar. So this one here, again, this is one of those things where I talked about when you do an annual calendar, unless you want to see, like this is kind of a spring summer look, Unless you want to see that in your fall book, that's great. But if you don't, you may want to order one of the Girl Power books to, you know, kind of just get that plain kind of artwork, but then still have it be interesting enough to look at. So this is now going to need to go in here. So that means one of these books I'm going to have to take out, and I'm not sure which one. Based on, I may take Sweater Weather out only because I feel like this goes with this. Again, this is going to change monthly. So here, I will be taking a book out of here. But here is what I'm intending to do. So I will be getting this set up for September because, where are we? Here we go. So it's set up like a regular plan book. I have my month, I have my 4 goal pages, then you've got the week, and then it goes into your dailies. So this, I'm going to have multiple calendars, and it's freaking me out a little bit because there's so many, but here's what I want to stress about this B6 Slim. This is not, how do I want to say, this is not my go-to schedule. My go-to schedule right now is in this wide. And, you know, as you know, I created my own monthly plan book, and let me show you something that I did. So I showed you what I ended up doing with this page, but then just today, I decided to use all the washi tapes that I have been using so far in this book. I decided to create a like washi dashboard. If you followed me long enough, you know that in my Stylogy book, which is a B6, it was a B6 grid, Stylogy 365. Anyhow, it's a bullet journal. And what I did in the beginning was I always created a washi dashboard. So I just thought it would be fun to do the same thing. And I literally had just enough space to do it. So this is right now my go-to calendar. It's where I go when I do my dailies, when I check my weeklies. And I have, as you know, used my printables for this book. And I'm sort of testing out how much I'm going to love using this. And so far, it's really wonderful. And oh, by the way, I'm using up a blank book. I had this book in my stash and I never used it. I have lots of books in my stash because I'll have an idea, I buy the book, and then something else comes along, you know, but I don't get rid of the books because they will get used one way or another. So this is a blank book. It's just a regular old journal. I have customized it. I will try and remember to link that video below where I did customize it. So this is my go-to, but I want to make this I'm calling it my capture system. So basically, this is something small enough and lightweight enough. I can carry it around. I can take it anywhere in the house with me. I can take it when I go out on the go. And if I, for some reason, have a ton of projects open on my desk, there's enough room for this little old book. So here's how I'm intending to use it. As a capture system. So basically this will become, and I'm gonna start decorating. So to do that, I'm just gonna pull over the washi tape that went with the current month. I think that's what I'll do. So what I'm going to be setting this up as is something that I take as a catch-all, if I can open this. And it will function much like what was in here. It's going to have dailies, but there's much less, as you see, writing space. So it's going to let me put in there only what is necessary. So, you know, a lot of the times when I'm not in my room, I will have ideas and, you know, thoughts. Again, I forgot my washi cutter. Thoughts about ways I want to do things. And so I just thought this would be the perfect little book to carry around and capture that information for me. So to help me, let's see. I am going to use my X-Acto knife. It's not just for cutting paper or anything, it's for cutting washi tape. I like fall, but I'm kind of loving the apples. I think I'm gonna do apples, right? Lots of apples on the front. Sure, this works. So anyhow, I will set it up the same. Is it going to have duplicate information? Sometimes. I don't expect that it wouldn't at any given point. Is there a certain way this goes this way? So I'm just kind of looking at it for its function. So I will be setting it up each month. I don't know if I have enough room. Let's try and do it to just the top of the box. Let's see. It'll overlap just a little, but that's okay. So I just thought it would be a fun little thing to work with, to do what I wanted to do. Like I always keep near, so on my end table downstairs, I'll always keep a notebook nearby. And it basically just becomes a large sticky note, because even though it's not sticky, because I'm just forever trying to do, or put it this way, my brain never shuts off. So I'm always like looking to, where are my stickers? I am losing my mind. I know I thought they were in here. Anyhow, I was going to put a sticker here, but I'll have to wait. So my thought was, if it's just a general note, I don't, you know, I can put it in that notebook, that's fine, but I can also put it in here because I have 2 pages per day for all of, you know, all the days of the month. So this is really going to help me out with containing those thoughts, maybe even categorizing them. I do have an idea. You may have seen back here. I have marked the beginning of what would be the remainder of the note pages for the most part. So for example, here's my last week, and as you know, I don't keep the next month in here. The only way I may use this is if I have things coming up that on these days I want to visually see them. So what'll end up happening is I will do Monday, Tuesday, and then these pages will become my note pages. So my thought was, for the weeks, or the dailies, not the weeks, so at the beginning, and I may even do goals, but they're so far in the beginning, I don't think it's a problem. So starting on this page, which is the very first day of the month, I will start numbering the weekly pages. And then back here, I will create kind of a an index, or, you know, kind of like a commonplace book in a bullet journal, where you're going to, you can call it inbox, you can call it index, whatever. But my thought was I would go ahead and put that here, and then at the end of the month, if there is something that I need to follow up on, which means I need to create a key, which I don't have yet, then I can go to that page. Okay, this page, here's the highlighted part. I can do that. So this book will not necessarily look like this book. So this book is very color coordinated. Let me find. Okay, so here's, is it this week or last week? Let me find the page. So As you can see, I do themes, or I do a color. This was Friday. I still have to finish that. And again, I have the notes for it. Saturday, Sunday. So, I follow a theme both with the washi tape, the marker colors that I use, but this book is not going to be like that. This book is purely going to be, I don't want to say a scratch pad, because it's going to be more than that. As this book progresses, a couple weeks in, now remember, we're already a couple weeks in, so probably at this point it'll be at the end of September. This book, I'll show you how I did it, how I set it up, how I set up the inbox or the index, how I categorize things. Now, as you know, I color code. I had to get another set of markers because I have these things everywhere and I kind of need them everywhere. So these markers are all color coded or labeled with the color code they belong to. And so what will end up happening is, so if my blog is, my blog color is pink. So if on this day, whatever day this is, that I'm doing a blog and I need to kind of work out that idea, I will put in the sidebar or in a header of sorts, the pink color, and then I can do what I need to do. So again, that pen bag that I had some days ago, I did a video on it. That one will be, yeah, I think I'm going to put this here instead. That will be coming along with me because, again, it has all my markers and pens in it. And so it will need to go where I go. So that is my thinking right now. I'm going to kind of expand the use of my B6 Slim. It's not my main planning system by any stretch, but it's definitely going to be involved in what I'm doing daily. So I'm giving it a try. Now, if this is something you want to do, remember, so this is not part of my kit. I changed my kit to a wide I changed it this month. So I think it's for November, I'll get a wide book. I have been working in it. It's working out well. And I'm going to stick to it because I have been kind of thinking about 2026 already. So that's why I went with the wide in my kit, which means I will always have to order this book if I want a monthly plan book in here, in the B6 Slim. That means that if it takes approximately 2.5 weeks or so, I need to make sure we are here, that I pretty much order an October book before I forget. So this is kind of the extent to what it's going to look like. Now, I will do my goals, and I think for that, so the goals will be absolutely a duplicate. So there's no way around that. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to do one of these pages, or I should say both. Okay, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to fold this one over. So what I will have to do is go through, pull my goals from here, and just quickly put them in here, because I plan to use this as basically a capture system. Not a catch. I don't want to say catch-all because it's not. I don't want to say commonplace because it's not. It's kind of a mixture of both with a little bit of everything else. So that's my thinking right now. So let me do these. Let's just get a little in here so that I don't feel so barren with the pages. So as for the weeks, they are going to need to be, I'm debating if I want to catch them up. if that makes sense. So more to come on that, but I will be getting set up probably this current week because, you know, it is only Wednesday. So, oh, excuse me. Okay, so we have my month. And I'm going to leave the note column the way it is. I think I may use that. Again, more to come on that. I do have this I need to fill in. I have my goals pages I will absolutely fill in. And again, those will be a copy from my main planner. And then, so let's see, we're in week 2-ish. Okay, we're here. So that means I needed to get some things done in this one as well. I'm going to decorate it a bit. I'm going to catch it up. And then as soon as I find where I put my stickers, I can add some stickers to it. I have been using some Happy Planner stickers because I have so many. And if you came from that system of planning, I'm sure you have just as many. So my goal is to use them. And there's a lot, I have a lot of seasonal. I did have favorites. So I've been using a lot of those. And so I will pull those over as well. In fact, maybe I'll do that for this week. So this is not going to be a duplicate look that I have in my original one. And you know, some weeks I may not even decorate. It really, you know, I haven't started using this just yet. So it's an idea. I was going to go to this as my main planner, but then I realized it probably isn't going to really be big enough. So one of the sticker books I have is this one here. Oh, actually I put it back together. It's two of them. There's two sticker books. So there's this one and this one. Both of them are fall. I wanted to find, was it here? Yes. I wanted to grab this cute little pumpkin. Okay, so where are we? We are on Wednesday. So this would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So for Wednesday, I am going to do some washi across the top. Since I'm going to do the pumpkin, let's do a little up here. You can help me get started. Now what I will do if I use the same washi is I will use the same color highlighters and so forth. And I'll show you what I mean in just a second. So here's my whole purpose of doing this. After this, you know, idea I had was I am still working through my terrible habit of post-it notes. Scratch notes, post-it notes, you name it. They're everywhere. And I need to stop using them in that fashion because I have planners. So this is going to kind of serve as that function, if that makes any sense. Oops. So let me get this on and then we'll do this one page so you can understand how I was going to do it. And then we will come back and revisit this at the end of the month. Okay, so here's what I mean. I'll show you what I do with the highlighter. Okay, so here you can see Monday, and then I do the date. So since this is more function like every day, I think what I'll do, so it was this highlighter I used. So I'm going to use the same colors. And what I'll do is this here. I don't think I'm even going to put lines. I'm just going to work it. Oops, I just wrote Monday. I can't believe I did that. Okay, well, let's see. This was supposed to be Monday, Tuesday. This was supposed to be Wednesday. So I will fix that. And it's supposed to be, let me check the 10th, just to make sure. So just ignore the fact that it says Monday. I will fix the beginning to be Wednesday. It'll be a little not centered anymore, but that's okay. So I have Monday the 10th. And since this has kind of a pumpkin vibe going, let's put this one, and so I'm going to get this here. And this is going to go up here. And I'm going to use this other one possibly, but again, I have to fix that. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I will fix it. Okay. And then all I'm going to do, and it doesn't mean I'm going to use Happy Planner stickers when I set up all of this. It's, you know, I can't find my Planner Perfect ones for September. So when I find them, I will use those on other pages. But then okay. So again, just ignore that. I will fix it. So this is essentially like my day. And again, I may on some days not even decorate. I may just use highlighters. So that is something I'll be working on. But all this white space here is going to become the spots that I can write all my notes in. And that's why I said I may not decorate sometimes. Because I may want to keep as much space open as I can. So, you know, I will have here my month. It will be outlined as to what is what. It will not be color coded to the kit. Case in point, let me find my, oh, wrong one. Okay, so for the most part, I think I'll use a dot. Mostly Tuesdays. So I'm putting a mark in here with the color code to when I do videos. Again, it's not when they post. So typically Tuesday's video, I mostly record on Tuesday because I don't get I would love to get a bunch of videos pre-done and scheduled, but that doesn't always work out. You know, timing. And then I try and do Friday's video for Saturday. So this, I'm used to this color represents YouTube. And then I have, so I'm giving you the idea of how things will be set up. Okay. These are the easiest because they're scheduled. So that's why I'm putting these in. Yellow represents, you know, when I try and do a newsletter. Again, doesn't always happen. Then I think there's here. And there's another day. Oh, wait. It's actually Tuesday. Never mind. I updated something. Okay. Here's the flavor. So these color codes tell me what's going to happen on a specific day. What I will try and do, I don't know that I'll be able to fit it, but I'll try and write the main topic of the video, because here's what happens is when I'm out and about, again, my brain isn't shut off. So I'm like thinking about what is the next video, what is going to go into it. I then can go to, now this is not going to be the day I'm thinking of it. So let's see, we're here on the 10th. So let's say next Tuesday's video, the 16th, I'm out and about, I'm doing my thing. Here's the week. Here is Monday, here is Tuesday, right? Doesn't matter, but here's Tuesday. So I'm thinking of this video. I looked at my calendar. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the topic I want to talk about or show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the day that I would normally film it, and I'm going to start jotting down notes. So that, will keep me ahead of the game, I think is what I'm trying to say. So I'm not going to be putting it on the day I'm thinking of it unless it's a task for that day. This is kind of pre-scheduling, but it's only for the month. And it's going to kind of keep me in line with what's happening. I am always out and about, and I'm like, what's the next video? I could be thinking about that right now because I'm sitting here doing nothing. Let's say I'm at a doctor's appointment. But I don't have my calendar with me because I don't always carry the wide with me because of size. So now I have exactly what I need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out. The other thing I can do is if I needed to expand my space, I have a blank or a line journal. I can always expand that idea further in one of the other books. So I think what I'm going to do is, this book obviously needs to get worked in. It's kind of flip-floppy. I am going to put, this one I have to keep. This one I'm going to change out, I think. Even though I like the sweater with her, I think I'm going to change it out. I like that it says Autumn Journal. So let's pop this one in here. And let's get this on here, this big paper clip. And let's get this one back in here. So you now have an idea of how I'm thinking of using my B6 Slim. And how gorgeous is that? I need to get some more cards over here too, right? Like I don't think I have this kit in here, but I could probably put it in here. And I think I will. I just need to find where my stickers are. Okay, so this book is out. And now we have my B6 Slim. I have a monthly. This is my capture system. And only because there's one journal, but the other two things are calendars. So something will be, most of what will be in the calendars will be a duplicate of what's in here. But this gives me the opportunity to really work on developing, whatever, projects, video ideas, tracking notes or quotes or, anything I like to add into here. This is basically a notebook system, essentially. So that's where that stands, and I'm loving this view. This looks gorgeous with Zuri. Yes, I love that. So let's get my little charm out of the way here. Okay. And again, I now need to rework this because that, let's try this. That new notebook hasn't been kind of filled in. Okay, we are all set. So now when I look back, now I have, let me get these all set up for you. Okay, so here we go. I don't know if I can do this. All right, so we now have spring, summer, fall, and winter. I will get my extra books. My B6 Slim is all set up for fall. I now have a exclusive purpose for what I'm doing with it, and it's a supplement to this. So the way I like to think of it is, this is my main planner, and my B6 Slim is now the assistant to my assistant. There you go. So, long story short, I'm hoping I conveyed everything I was trying to with this little system. More to come on this. I will share how those pages ended up. If it's content I can show you, I will absolutely show you. And, anything else I'll just cover up. So there it is. I hope this has sparked an idea for you, because again, the B6 Slim is really a great little size to throw in your purse. I love the wide for its ability to give me the most amount of space to do my planning in, but it's kind of big to be carrying around. So I love that I now have this ironed out. And I'm excited to get started with it. So I'll be kind of filling in a little bit of the past couple weeks, but I'm jumping right in with today and finishing it for the month. Well, more to come on this at maybe the beginning of next month, but either end of month or beginning of next month, you'll see more of this. So I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And if you liked this video, I hope you hit that like button. And if you want to see more of my videos, just hit that subscribe button as well as the bell icon. And don't forget, these are all Planner Perfect supplies and books. So if you're interested in picking something up and it's your first time purchase, grab my code below and shop till your heart's content. Make sure you get good use of that discount. So there you go. That's all for today.